had somebody ask me in the comment section on one of my videos, if I lost all of my hair products, what 5 products would I repurchase immediately? And while I thought that was a terrifying concept, it's a really great question. So I thought I'd answer it in a video. It also turned out to be a much easier question to answer than what I originally thought it was going to be. And also, just to let you know, all 5 products that I mention are the only 5 products that I used in my hair today. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience. And on this channel, I use those 20 years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. The first product that I would replace is going to be my Verb Ghost shampoo. And now this doesn't mean that the other shampoos that I've listed in my favorites videos are not favorites. That's not true. They are favorites. I really like them. I like trading off and using different shampoos. But the reason I would buy the Verb Ghost shampoo is because this one is just, it's the one that I would never want to be without, because it cleanses my oily hair very well, doesn't leave it feeling stripped, doesn't add more moisture than what my hair needs, and it's weightless. It doesn't add any extra weight to my hair whatsoever. I always feel like I have a nice clean slate with the Verb Ghost shampoo. So that is why this would be my pick for shampoo, and the first purchase that I would get is just because I really like that nice, clean, lightweight, fluffy feeling without it being stripped, and yet also without it adding any extra conditioning agents that I don't need. This definitely isn't a drying shampoo, so those of you who have drier hair, you would still be able to use this as well. But for my oily scalp, this is phenomenal, and I would never want to be without it. So that's why that would be my first thing. And the next one is going to be the Moroccanoil Moisture Repair Conditioner. And this is one that I've been using for decades. I absolutely love it. It's got the perfect balance of protein and conditioning ingredients and moisturizing ingredients in here for my hair. It just makes my hair kind of bounce up. My hair absolutely loves protein and does really well with protein containing products, and it just helps it to give it kind of the strength to bounce up a little bit and to form the curls and hang on to them, especially because my hair is naturally quite heavy. So I find that adding a little extra protein in there really helps with that. But then it also gives my hair just the right amount of moisture for the dry climate that I live in, because it just basically sucks all moisture and life out of everything. So for me, this is my ideal conditioner that literally has everything that I need. And like I said, I've been using it for decades. I will never be without this. I will continue repurchasing it. I do have other conditioners that I like to switch off with. They are still also my favorites, but I keep going back to this one. And if I didn't have any of the rest of them and it was only this, then I would be completely happy with that. And in fact, prior to starting this channel, I didn't have the product selection that I currently have. I had a shampoo, my chelating shampoo, which is the Malibu Sea Undo Goo, this conditioner, and then whatever styling products that I was really liking at the time. So I didn't have this huge collection. This huge collection has now grown because of this channel. So I wasn't somebody who had a massive collection to start with, but now that I have it, I really don't want to have to think about life without all of that. Not gonna lie. But yeah, for the conditioner, it's gotta be the Moroccanoil Moisture Repair. It's a winner for me. And if I could only buy 5 products, which was the parameters of this question, I would skip a leave-in altogether. I don't always need it. My hair is overall pretty healthy, so it's not something that is an absolute necessity for me. So instead, I would move on to a curl cream, and it would be the AG Recoil. And the reason it would be the AG Recoil is, one, you only need a teeny tiny amount to do the job. I see a lot of people using way more of this product than what they need, and then they complain about how gritty it is. It's really gritty like that because you're using too much. This product actually does add a little bit of grit to the hair, which is a good thing for helping to form and hold on to those curls, especially if you have really soft, kind of smooth, slippery hair. It's not going to want to hang on to the curls that much, and adding a little bit of grit can help with that. Also, it helps with the volume because really soft, silky hair totally lacks volume and needs a little bit of grit to kind of get some volume into it. So this has a little bit of that. It has magnesium sulfate in it, which helps shrink the bonds of the hair, which then again helps to spring up my hair because I am battling the natural heaviness of my coarse, dense hair. So that's another reason why I like this curl cream. And on top of it, it smells really good. It has kind of a nice sweet smell to it, but it's not really overpowering. It's not something that really lingers and drives me nuts, but it does smell very good. So I like it for all of those reasons. I like the curls that I get from it, and I know that I can trust this every single time. Anytime that I use this, I end up with great results. I don't think I've ever used Recoil and not had great results. So this would definitely be the winter curl cream that I would go back to and repurchase immediately. I do love a lot of my other curl creams, and honestly, that would be the saddest part of this whole thing for me, is losing all of my curl creams, because curl creams tend to be, for whatever reason, my favorite product. I don't know why, I just do. I really like curl creams. But if I had no choice, this would be the first thing that I would get. And I've bought this on and off for, I don't know, probably a couple of decades at this point. And every time I don't use it for a while and then go back to it, I don't really know why I ever left it to begin with. Like, I don't know. I get distracted by other things. And then when I go back to it, I keep wondering why I've gotten distracted. So again, AG Recoil for my curl cream. The next product is not going to be a surprise to anybody who's been watching me for a while. In fact, I don't think any of these products are going to be a big surprise to any of my longtime viewers at all, because I have talked about these products many, many times. But the next one is Biolage Gelée. I started using this when I was in cosmetology school in 1993. I've been using it off and on ever since. It is a very long time, and there's a reason why I keep using it, and that's because it works so dang well. It is a very versatile gel. I've used it to straighten my hair. I've used it to wear it curly. And I've also used it as kind of a finishing product. When I straighten my hair, I don't use hairspray on my straightened hair. I only use hairspray when I wear my hair curly, but when I straighten it, I actually use gel in place of hairspray. I put a little bit in my hands, I smooth it over, I put a little bit in the front to kind of help hold it out of my face, and then when it dries, I kind of run my hands through, and the gel does a great job of holding it, and it's a nice flexible hold. Instead of hairspray, which can be a little bit stiffer when used on dry hair like that, it can just hold it a little too much. So I like the more flexible hold of a gel that way. So I've used it for that, and I just get, again, results that I can count on with the Biolage gel. It's got great hold, and sometimes it gives me a cast, sometimes it doesn't. Today, it did not give me much of a cast, or at least the cast that was forming mostly got scrunched out when I was diffusing. So it was nice and soft right after I was done. It's still really nice and soft, which I love about it. It gives me some great shine, and it holds my curls. I can get a good 3 days out of this without really having to do much for refreshing. It kind of helps hold the frizz and keeps that at bay as well. It doesn't make everything frizz-free, but it does mitigate a good majority of the frizz. It's just, for me, an all-arounder, and it does everything that I need and want it to do. I can count on it. I know it's gonna do its job. It plays nice with absolutely everything. And the combination of these two is great. I mean, every time I use these two together, I'm always really happy with the results. They pair very nicely, they work well together. So this would be my obvious choice for all of those reasons. So this last one was a little bit harder for me to decide, because I really like using hairspray. I like to spray it in just before I diffuse my hair. I find that it gives me a little extra hold, and it helps to keep frizz from forming while I'm diffusing. So I really, really wanted to pick a hairspray. However, the Biolage does hold very well. It does help with frizz. The Recoil helps with frizz. So if I had to choose between that and a serum, which I also really like, and I have been using serums for a very long time, I use serums or pomades on my hair when I straighten it. I use it when I do it curly. It's another staple product that I've been using for a very long time. And since, like I said, the Biolage gives me enough hold on its own. I can forgo the hairspray as much as I don't want to, but I really don't want to be without any kind of serum. So the next product would be the Verb Ghost Oil. And this one I've bought several bottles of by this point in time. I've used it for a while. And the reason why I would choose the Verb Ghost Oil over the Evolve Wonder Balm, which I also really love, and I've really been stuck on that lately, is the price. The Evolve Wonder Balm is $65. And I'm assuming if I lost all of my collection and I'm trying to replace things, I'm really not going to want to spend a fortune doing that. So I would get the Verb because this costs less. And also it just has that really nice weightless quality. A little goes a long way. Same thing with the Evolve, but again, this is less pricey. And it does everything that I want it to do. It locks and seals everything in, it gives my hair shine, and it's great for scrunching out the crunch, and it doesn't add any extra weight. And I really like using it on days 2 and day 3 to kind of smooth things down or to kind of redefine a couple of curls here and there, because I don't like doing full-on refreshes, but I will do kind of dry touch-up refreshes with a serum or even a little bit of gel or something like that. And this is just a really good one to do that with. I always get great results both on wash day and when I do touch-ups later on. And it works really great when cocktailed with a gel for a little extra frizz control in humid conditions. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about with cocktailing, I did a video right up here, so you can go ahead and check that out. And there will be some content coming out soon with either videos or shorts showing me cocktailing serums with gels and vice versa, adding a little bit of gel in with the serum at the end to get a little extra hold while finishing off your hair and scrunching out the crunch. So stay tuned for those. And that's it. That's the end of the 5 products I would repurchase if I lost everything else. Like I said, now that I have all of those other products, I would be a bit sad about losing all of those. However, if these were the 5 products that I had to keep using for the rest of my life, I also really wouldn't complain either, because I think I've got some pretty great results today using all 5 of these products. I'm happy with it, and I could definitely live with this indefinitely so long as my hair doesn't change and all of a sudden not work well with these products. I could very easily just live with these for the rest of my life. But please don't make me do that, because I really like having a wide variety of products. I like having different things to choose from. I like playing around and combining different things. So yes, I could live with just the 5. However, I really like having all of my stash, and I have plans to buy a bunch of other stuff as well because, well, I have a channel and it helps me bring content to you, but that channel is kind of a really good excuse to just buy extra stuff and play around with it. Hopefully you found this video helpful, or at the very least kind of entertaining. And if you like this video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.